Start it.
Mine is recording.
All right. Well, welcome to Loud Equals Funny. We're on episode 5. Can you believe that? Holy shit!
Hola.
Time flies when you're
shit posting.
Yeah, something
Hell.
like that. Hello, everybody.
Oh, how we doing, folks? You guys have anything
Sleepy.
interesting?
Yeah,
I have a list.
I got a couple things. Yeah, Tristan. Real
Tristan
quick.
came prepared with an entire list. I came prepared with sleep. I want to sleep.
I feel that.
Well, you know what? I didn't come prepared with sleep, so
Oh, yeah,
you got that on me.
Sleep is
Hell
for the
yeah.
weak. Tristan understands that.
That's fair.
I feel
So what do we want to start with?
I could talk about the Microsoft thing currently.
Well, firstly,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
like to just point out
Yes.
that I did not, in fact, buy the mini fridge.
You didn't buy the mini fridge.
Damn it!
I
No,
lied to
that
everybody.
sucks.
You're good.
I
That
mean,
last
I
thumbnail was a lie.
It was a good thumbnail, but
A good
it's like I
thumbnail,
was
good
looking at it. I could still get it. It was more the fact that the little portable air conditioner I was gonna get was like too small, and I was like, fuck this whole entire purchase.
Yeah, it's
But
bump
now,
up the air
you know, I
conditioner,
might
I think.
maybe I'll just get the mini fridge and then try to like sit next to that as the air conditioner. You know?
Crank it open, let
Alexa,
it defrost
play
on
Come Suser Toad.
I mean, hey, I feel it. I've lived in a place with no AC before, so I'd sleep in the fridge if I could.
Oh yeah.
Man, about this Microsoft thing though, for anyone who doesn't know, which God, I wish I were you. The last year and a half would be like a little less kooky, but yeah, Microsoft.
Not by much.
Not by much, no. But Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, who also own King, which is the biggest mobile game provider.
Yeah, they're the Candy Crush guys.
Yep. So now Microsoft owns a pretty big facet in every kind of gaming.
Well, currently they're cleared to own it.
Yeah. I should say, as of recording, which is Thursday the 13th, Microsoft has not completed their purchase, and the FTC filed an appeal.
Because
So-
of course they did. We can't ever have these fucking legal cases end.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, our taxpayer money, which, the original thing they did, which they just finished, was to scrutinize the deal and see if it could be blocked or not. They won the case with the FTC's own judge they picked out.
Mm-hmm.
So them filing an appeal kind of feels like sour grapes to me, but what do I know?
Well, what does the Microsoft shill know? Yes, I agree.
I mean, I'm
listen,
a little
I'm-
biased, I guess. But.
I'm not a
Yeah.
Microsoft shill, but honestly, I think at this point they need any leg up they can get.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Well, I
they
don't
were-
know about that.
well,
I mean,
in the
They
gaming
have
market,
they have every leg up they need. They have all the infinite money that they want to buy any company ever.
Well, I mean,
and,
yeah,
and
but
yet
there's also,
yet somehow they still suck ass, and nobody cares about Microsoft in the gaming space outside of like the people that break up monopolies.
I mean, I would kind of put some pushback. They have their market share, but it's not as big. Like, it's nowhere near as big as Sony's, and it's nowhere near as big as Nintendo's.
I mean, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about fucking market share or whatever stupid Reddit stonks
Nice,
bullshit. I'm
yeah.
talking about the fact that they're name a single exclusive on the new Xbox. Name one.
Well, okay. Within the Xbox ecosystem, which now includes
Oh,
PC.
shut up! Fuck you. Go to hell.
I'm not wrong.
Microsoft Gaming. Green text.
I
Fuck
mean,
off.
you can't play them on Linux or Mac, can you? It's Windows.
Yeah, if they wanted to fucking do that years ago, that would have been something. But instead they just kind
They
of
tried.
decided,
They tried.
"Oh, our console is a miserable failure because we suck ass."
No, hang on. They tried during their most popular era. Do you not remember Games for Windows Live, my dude?
That's
I
true,
tried
yeah.
to forget games for Windows Windows Live.
Yeah, the
see,
last
I'm
time
here to
when they
remind
ruined
you.
everything. The last time when they fucked up PC gaming. Yeah.
I mean, the Xbox app is not as bad as it was.
It's pretty bad. I don't know.
It's rough. It's
I mean,
still
you know what
less of a resource hog than Ubisoft Connect.
When I shit on Microsoft and Xbox, it comes from a place of really liking my old Xbox and my 360.
Yeah, I feel it.
And liking a lot of the, unique things that were available for those things. And then
They're
slowly...
starting to get back there.
No, they are not, Bane. You are being very silly.
Hang on, no, I will...
10 years ago, they decided to screw everybody with Always Online, and ever since then, they've been riding a roller coaster into the fucking grave.
I don't know. They've been getting a lot more RPG studios with like In Exile, which I'm excited for what they're making because that's kind of interesting. They're doing something.
I can't stress enough how much it doesn't matter to me that they bought. Yeah, they have a lot of money. Great. So what?
Money funds things.
They bought fucking Obsidian or whatever. They got a lot of money. They aren't spending it correctly. They're fucking mismanaging every company they actually have control of, 343.
I mean, are they mismanaging Obsidian? I don't think so. I mean
Obsidian hasn't really done anything too notable since.
Well, Obsidian has finally had the room to not panic every time they release something if they're going to get closed, because
True.
That for the longest time was, if this game flops, they're fucked.
Also, it means that with Microsoft owning both Bethesda and Obsidian,
we may get something
we're probably getting a sequel or successor of some sort to New Vegas.
I mean,
I'd be willing to put money on that happening within the next 10 years.
I mean, because they've said that their next game after Starfield for Bethesda Studios is going to be Elder Scrolls 6. So you got a long time till the next Fallout game. You kind of
it'll probably be 5 years until they're done with that, and then they might switch to a new engine because everyone's not happy with the creation engine. Honestly, I don't blame them.
They've switched, sort of.
Oh no, they're gonna do the thing where they patch up Gamebryo.
Yeah,
and
from what I hear. Engine. From what I hear, they're basically doing the thing from how they went from Fallout 3 and New Vegas to Skyrim, where they just added a shit ton of new features.
Well, no, what it was, they claimed that it was a new engine. It was, what is it, the creation engine or some shit? And it's literally just the Morrowind engine again.
Hang on a minute. This is the same damn thing.
The great thing about that, too, is that it's the Morrowind engine, and yet as they've continued to add shit to it, it has just gotten... It's gotten worse and worse, and every time, Fallout 4... Fallout 4 has, the settlement thing, and it has never not felt like just a mod made by fans.
Mm-hmm. There were bugs in, I believe, New Vegas. Not New Vegas, sorry. Fallout 76.
Yeah.
I'm confusing the really bad one with the really good one.
Yes.
But as everyone does, of course. But there were at least bugs in Fallout 76 that have been around since Morrowind. Which is fucking wild that they haven't fixed those.
But I mean,
because the community has fixed them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
17 times.
7 times. 7 times.
I mean, but on the other hand, then there's I don't know, there's the Yakuza games as an example, which still use the same engine and still use the same. Well, it's
I switched to the Dragon engine a couple years.
Yeah, but Gamebryo, that's an update to the old engine, basically. It's
it's different enough that the core gameplay is different.
I guess I feel like it's close enough that it's still pretty similar, but regardless, it's they've been reusing animations and shit and just general stuff reuse in that series since 2005. And
I'm pretty sure someone in Judgment has Mine's animations all the way back from 3.
Oh yeah,
which I kind of like. I like that.
But hey, I mean, dev time nowadays is so wild.
Yeah,
use animations. I don't give a fuck as long as the gameplay is good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying it's funny how they do that, and that's fine. And yet, when Microsoft reuses the same engine for fucking 20 years. It's like real, or I guess not Microsoft. Technically now it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
Now we can
Call of
blame
Duty.
Microsoft for it.
Well,
when
that's the
Call
thing.
of Duty reuses the Morrowind engine for 20 years.
Yes.
Well, actually,
Of
no, it's
course.
the Quake engine.
They're from the same.
It's the Quake
they're-
3 engine.
It's the same ecosystem.
It's Intech 3.
Yeah, they're from the same developers, so it's the same series, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, this is even more wild. Microsoft bought the company that made the engine that ended up developing, that was the engine that built the game, basically, that they ended up buying slightly later on afterwards. 20
Yeah,
years.
but nobody
same
gives
engine.
a shit about Quake anymore.
Hey, I give a shit about Quake.
Sadly.
I mean, Quake 1 is
Well, there
unlike,
is
you know,
a-
the
there's a
old
rumor.
Quakes. I mean, like Quake Champions was kind of a flop from what I remember.
Well, they remade Quake 1 on all platforms recently, and there's a big rumor, wink wink, cough cough, it's going to happen, that Quake 2 is getting a sort of remake of that same
That's
kind of
cool.
thing. I don't know.
Hopefully, it
ray
doesn't look like a
tracing?
pile of mud anymore.
Quake 2 ray tracing is a separate thing, but this, like what they did with the Quake 1 build was just they put it on all platforms, basically just, you know, made it look real nice and high quality and put online multiplayer on it and sent it out. And it worked.
Yeah, I played it on the Switch for some reason. And then
Yeah.
I realized very quickly that controller support was not very supportive for Quake. And I started playing it
I
on
will
PC
say-
instead.
It's about as supportive as it probably would ever be.
Yeah, about as supported as a '90s PC game can.
Yeah.
Be. I
They
will
did pretty
say
good,
though,
comparatively.
I-
Doom has like motion controls though.
It
yeah,
does,
true.
yeah. Doom 64, by the way.
Doom
Sorry.
64 is fucking phenomenal. Anyway, I will say, remastering and porting a game that is already like the source code, either it's open source
Yeah.
or it's been source ported by fans.
It's been
already.
source ported a few times.
That's not exactly super
well,
notable
yeah.
because there are unofficial Quake ports. Well,
but it is
there
nice
isn't-
seeing the
there
company
isn't-
actually take the due diligence to do that, though. You know.
True, but they're like someone has ported Quake to the 3DS.
Oh,
I have it on my 3DS. It's not too
love that
bad
shit.
actually.
There's Quake on the Wii. There's Quake on the Zeebo. I just watched the new Stop Skeletons from Fighting about the Zeebo.
I saw some of that too
I'm gonna have
recently.
to watch that.
There's the entire. Apparently, one of the better releases on the Zeebo was a basically perfect ports of Quake 1 and 2. So
Yeah, and then you have Resident Evil
rules.
4, which looks like
Which is the
came on
mobile
the
game, but
Nintendo
somehow
64.
worse.
yeah, no, literally, it's worse. It's missing half the game.
yeah,
That doesn't surprise
which
me.
it's wild.
Speaking of Resident Evil, we should maybe announce now. I don't know if we're planning on it necessarily immediately, but we have talked before about doing the Autistic Fixations episode.
Oh
or
yeah.
multiple episodes.
Oh god.
We
Where-
just we'll have to do these as bonus episodes and then just like stagger out releases because people will think that we're just weird as fuck if we just dump these all as normal episodes.
Yeah, you just reminded me. I have 4 autistic fixations now. Woo!
What's the fourth?
Resident
I mean,
Evil.
what are-
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, because JoJo, Doctor Who, and Elder Scrolls and Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Bane's
can
got,
probably
like-
also I can probably also add Zelda in somewhere.
Oh yeah.
True. Bane's got Call of Duty bullshit.
I've got Call of Duty Zombies. I've got how the Saw franchise is the best and worst horror film franchise ever. And
I can agree with that.
yeah, where it's like so many peaks and valleys of just, oh, that was fucking awesome, right next to that was fucking stupid. And then the other like weird one I've been thinking about is how Remedy's shared universe works.
Oh god, that reminds me. I started playing Alan Wake for the first time. a couple
Oh
days
boy.
ago. I didn't realize what a fucking budget game that was. Like, you start playing it,
Yeah.
the walk animation is just hilarious. He looks
Well,
like he
this was
shit
the-
himself.
This was the 360 era.
No, you
where
can't-
nobody gave a fuck
I-
about walk animation.
Here's the thing. I started playing it. I was like, oh, this is kind of bad. I guess it's a 360 game. And then I'm like, wait, no, so's GTA 4. and 5. And like all these other games where people look normal. And also then very quickly into that game, I remember there's this part where the wife character like gets the dude a typewriter because he's been having trouble writing. And he just like freaks out on her and he's like, "How could you?" And I'm just like, wow, yeah.
How
what
dare
what a horrible person.
You know the You know that typewriters remind me of Resident Evil.
Typewriters.
We're trying not to be Resident Evil.
Give me a sacred, but you motherfucker.
I did play some of Control though, and I did remember liking that. I know that there's like a DLC that becomes Alan Wake, and now there's going to be a sequel to that, so that's cool.
Yep, Control's second DLC, which is I believe the title is just AWE, which if you play either game makes more sense.
I'm pretty sure that's a wrestling federation.
It's AEW.
Alan Wake expansion, I guess.
Yeah. Altered World Events.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, play Control, folks. It's really fucking good. You should finish it. Everyone should finish it.
It's a little bit boring gameplay-wise. Like
at the start.
The shooting gets a little boring. I mean, I don't know about at the start. It got boring with time for me, but it's very visually interesting, and the story and themes are kind of cool. I don't know. Remedy is interesting. As a developer, I never played a lot of their stuff, but everything that they make always seems like, it's something that grabs my attention, even if I don't play it,
Yeah.
So one thing I want to say really quick before we finish up with the Microsoft thing.
Yeah.
I am not happy about it for one reason. Bobby Kotick is going to get a shit ton of that fucking money.
Yeah, he's getting like, I think 40 million, right? I forgot what it was. Here's the thing. He's going to get his exit, no matter what.
It's only a third of his annual salary, but still, it's a lot of fucking money.
My take is, as long as we get Kotick away from things I love, he can have $100 million. Fuck it.
No, see, that's the thought that people have. That's the thought that people have. That's kind of like the opposite of like the whole, if so and so happens, I will be happy, and then it happens, and it's like, I'm not happy, and now I feel bad that the goal that I had for being happy is like impossible. It's the same thing of like, once Bobby Kotick leaves, everything will be better. No, there's gonna be 400 other guys fucking falling out of the closet who are all the same as Bobby Kotick.
They're gonna have souls. Bobby Kotick doesn't have a fucking soul.
I mean,
they don't have
look into
souls.
His eyes. Look into his eyes. Bobby Kotick has no soul. There is no light behind those eyes.
Oh, no, you're right. You are right. I'm saying that everybody who could possibly replace him is also a soulless fucking robot.
That's the thing.
In a way, you're not wrong.
There are some soulless CEOs that I look into their eyes and they're like, okay, you know what? He has feelings. He may not, be a fully fledged human. But at the very least, when he gets punched, he feels the pain.
Yeah, it's like
Bobby Kotick is a husk.
Yeah, people like Mark Zuckerberg, who I think I said only wanted to get in that ring just to feel what it's like to kill a human being.
Honestly, I just really want that fight to happen.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that too in a minute.
There was such a great tweet at one point. It was like it was this picture of Mark Zuckerberg with like his wife and kids, and they were like in a park or something. And Mark Zuckerberg looked like a human being. And the tweet was like, "How could you be so rich and still get married to that?" And it was like his wife is ugly or whatever. And so the quote retweet was like, "Look, he's being a human for the first time ever, and this is what you're saying. Let him have this." Yeah, he looks like a normal person for once.
Man, his wife doesn't look bad.
She's fine. Yeah. It was very stupid, but it was funny. The first time I've ever seen Mark Zuckerberg.
I see the photo you're talking about. He's wearing a fucking striped cowboy hat.
I mean,
you know what?
Anything that makes him look like a human.
Yeah, I'll encourage it.
Oh, that reminds me. This will probably be up by the time that the next cooking stream thing happens. Speaking of striped outfits, I did find a Chris Chan shirt yesterday at Value Village.
Oh, hell yes.
It's not exactly Chris Chan, but it's like similar colors and vibe. So I'm going to be... And I don't think it fits me either, so it's great. I'm going to be wearing that.
I am thinking for a Halloween live stream, either dressing up as Chris Chan or... have you ever heard of there was an old YouTube kids creator named Blippi? You ever heard of Blippi?
I have never heard this name in my life.
Blippi played the AMC too.
This may have to be something we do in another episode, because we don't have a lot for this episode. We're going to be running short time-wise. But, yeah, it was this YouTube Kids creator who got canceled. I remembered this because I watched Wubby stream, Pay Money Wubby stream, and he was reviewing YouTube creator, like, merch.
Yes.
That was a good stream. The toy doll at the end where he was talking about somebody pooping, that was Blippi. That's what I was talking about.
Seriously.
Yep.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh!
I'm disconnected.
Okay. Yes.
That would be...
My neurons fired off. Okay. I haven't seen the video, thank God. I haven't seen him, but I've heard about the thing he did.
Yeah, I had heard of him because I used to watch a lot of people making fun of, like, dumb YouTube Kids content, because it's still hilariously absurd.
Yeah, it's an easy target, and it gets.
It's a fun target. It's a fun target.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this dude. People found out that he had done a video of him, porn video, separate to the Blippi character, obviously, but separate, like a couple years beforehand. A video of him with possibly the worst diarrhea shits, shitting on another man for, like, porn. Which, YouTube Kids, I guess, has to pay better, because, honestly, I feel like YouTube Kids is more embarrassing than scat porn.
Well, I don't know. We should get Illuminati on as a guest and ask her.
Oh, I haven't kept up with that.
YouTubers, because there was also Jello Apocalypse used to really be into shit too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So this is a selection of YouTubers who are all pretty shitty.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad I've got like a normal fetish for like redheads.
Yeah.
It's like, thank God.
Yeah, as Henry Zembrowski once put it on last podcast, he was like, if you go on to Pornhub and you just start searching up big naturals, eventually all of the stepbrother stuff is going to disappear from your recommended.
Yeah, eventually it just goes away.
You gotta like specifically go in and try to search for normal porn for normal people.
Yeah, it's like you gotta get away from communities like group horniness for their aunt. You gotta kind of move around that.
Yeah, that comes when you move out of India.
I mean, hey, I don't know, man. Some of those aunties.
The great thing about the Indian, because that's the thing, the Desi auntie.
Yeah, but it's a huge thing.
The term auntie just basically means like MILF. It's not even like my aunt, my actual like aunt.
That's what I thought it was for such a long time. I was like, this is a weird form of incest, but all right.
Yeah, like I always thought it was very specifically aunt porn. Aunt porn, but no, it's just
hopefully it's not the other one.
Dick ants porn.
Fucking DreamWorks ants.
I was just thinking like shrink down everyone's size of ants. Well, we gotta fuck now. Gotta repopulate the earth.
That's what ants are. They're mutated humans that got shrunk down by a cosmic wizard.
How wild would that be if it just turns out, we find out, oh yeah, this species of like little creature we always stepped on, yeah, it's Earthlings from 100 million years in the future, but something fucked up happened. Who knows? I'm high.
Yeah, I'll keep stepping on them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd step on people if I could.
There are a lot of people I'd probably
That's
step
a whole
on.
different fetish.
It is.
Oh no, not even as a fetish. Just as like transportation.
People will fetishize it.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey.
I remember Fox and Falco stomping around Tokyo City like a big playground.
Speaking of fetishizing random things, Bane, you did cut out my sneeze in the last podcast, right?
No, I did not.
God damn it!
No, that was right at the intro, man. I had to keep it.
Yeah, it was the very first thing.
Oh my god, this is unconscionable. I quit. The
podcast.
This is bullshit.
Damn, alright. See you later, Claw.
I do know this. There's a point where I'm going to have to like cut for an ad break near the middle, but we'll get to that.
Do we have ads now?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you the perfect opportunity. Speaking of YouTubers that thankfully aren't into shit, well, you're just gonna have to wait till after these messages.
Oh shit!
Do a little...
This is 24 minutes in. We gotta give it a little bit more time.
Damn it! All right,
yeah,
remind me.
Bring back in 30 minutes. I'll set a reminder.
Okay. All right. So
but yeah,
I want to talk about the Quinton Reviews thing.
Oh yeah, let's red pill some of this because I've heard some of it. I didn't watch the whole video, and I don't know.
So I understand it's not sex crimes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So Quinton
Thank
Reviews
God,
in the
by
past,
the way. Can we just say that? Thank God.
Yes. So Quinton Reviews in the past has been outed as someone who will sort of. He's only done it to two people that I know of, and he's also kind of weird about ContraPoints. But back like 5 or so years ago, he would message Lindsay Ellis and some other second girl.
Sarah
like,
Zed.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea who that is.
She's
I know
Lindsay
some of
Ellis
her
type
work.
of person.
I know some of her work.
She's fine. She's one of those people where she'll make a video that's fine, and then halfway through she'll say like one thing, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Like, it's a bit cringe. Yeah.
So,
frankly, so is Quinton, so it's perfect.
He would message them and be like, "Hey, I'm in town. Do you want to meet up?" And then like later, he's just like, "Ah, yeah, never mind. That was dumb."
Yeah,
and he would do stuff like that.
And if you ever hear this, Quinton, here's a pro tip: if they don't respond, don't send that second message. It makes you look like more of a piece of shit. Just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't get to it.
Honestly, Quinton has gotten a lot better over the years. He hasn't been putting very strange political diatribes in the middle of his videos.
And honestly,
he hasn't been trying his hardest to be a bread tuber.
I didn't even hate his rant. It's just like in the middle of a Logan Paul film video.
Oh no, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I will actually stick up for his. I don't know if I've ever talked about it.
Here's the thing.
That rant.
Relevant.
Yeah, that rant was relevant because that movie was like a really shitty Trump commentary, and so he was like, "Yeah, Trump sucks, yada yada." But the movie,
he didn't have to go on for like an entire minute.
The bigger one for me was all
like Trump.
Yeah, all of the little digs at like JonTron, just these weird little like
that was weird.
The sort of the typical Twitter, like, you know, millennial Twitter person check mark, like, I'm smarter than you and I have to educate you, you know, that kind of thing. That kind of tone. But apparently he has gotten better since then, yeah.
Yeah, like he isn't like trying his hardest to be a bread tuber and shit like that. So he's really improved. And this was even before he started the iCarly series. So Thursday, a couple days after we recorded the last episode, I'm not going to say her name, just because, you know, I don't want people to go to her and stuff like that.
We could just say we could just say like an older. Wasn't she like an older editor?
Yeah, she was one of Quinton's editors for, I believe, both iCarly videos, and I think she contributed some to the first Victorious video.
Okay.
So she posted on Twitter a video of her kind of calling out Quinton Reviews, and then a link to a thread that she did, sort of explaining it in text form in detail. I watched a little bit of the video, and then I read the thread and kind of got the gist of what was happening. First of all, I want to say the video was very strangely dramatic. Like, she pours herself wine in a whiskey cup.
Ugh,
and she's like, I'm gonna speak about my experience with Quinton Reviews. It was just very theater kid, you know?
Yeah.
So when I saw my experience with Quinton Reviews, I was like, oh god, just after I said that Quinton Reviews is getting better, he did the thing again. No. This was mainly from the video that she posted, a pay dispute. So it wasn't a romantic thing on Quinton's side. He wasn't like, hey, you want to meet up or something like that.
Yeah.
So the crux of the issue is that she got $2,000 for the first iCarly video, in which she said that she was working, you know, all of her free time. She was really crunching in to get this thing done. And then for the second
How long is that iCarly video? Or how long are both of them? Because they're quite long, right?
They're wildly long.
Yeah.
Quinton Reviews.
Which, hey, respect.
And was she the only editor on these? Or
She claims to have not been the only editor on the first one. She claims to have been the only editor on the second one. So the first iCarly video is about 5 hours. The second one is about 4 hours.
I see.
Fuck me,
a little less, but actually, I would say 3.5 hours for the second one. So she claims to have worked, you know, all night, crunching to get this thing done. And for the second video, he offered her $1,400 when he offered her $2,000 for the first. She had to fight. She said she had to fight for $1,700, which is what he eventually paid her. She also claimed that he wasn't a very good friend, and when she wanted to talk about personal problems, he was kind of distant, which that's kind of weird. I hope that isn't foreshadowing. She also says that he's a pain to work with, so she doesn't get him. He doesn't get her material quickly enough for her to work with. Currently, you can't go back and see this unless you watch the video because her Twitter is private. We'll get to that later. So there were some responses. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, that's a shame. Oh, I'm so sorry." There were a couple people calling him a pedo because he reviewed a children's show, which is weird.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I read it. I was like, "Oh, well, you know what? He might not be great to work with, but at least he's not doing anything bad."
Untoward.
So I left it. The next day, Friday night, well, actually, technically the day after next, because it was late. It was very late. I got home, laid down in my comfy bed, opened up Twitter. First thing I see was Quinton Reviews quote retweeting a tweet from Dan Olson.
Oh,
Fucking
no.
Dan Olson. Give me a second to pull up this reply.
We discussed Dan Olson in the Gamergate episode, right?
Yep. Which
Yes.
Fucking hack fraud he is.
Which should we classify the next episode as Gamergate 2?
I'm
I'm down for it.
Okay, so let me go ahead and bring up the reply that the Dan Olson reply.
Okay.
Quentin's quote retweet is now deleted, but he basically his reply to Dan Olson's reply is essentially what it said. Dan Olson replying to Quinton Reviews, "Hey man, if you don't want to pay editors for their time, then don't hire editors." Quote, "Wow, I paid these editors a house worth of money to edit literal days worth of finished content instead of doing it myself." Unquote. Is like, yeah, that's what happens when you run a business.
Yeah.
And Quinton quote tweeted it saying basically, "Damn, I used to respect you. That sucks. I'm gonna block you because this isn't worth my time." I'm paraphrasing that because I don't have the exact.
It was
text
something. It was something to the effect of like, "I'm blocking you, but I want you to know that I'm going to bed disappointed," or something.
Yeah, that's the
like
reply. That was the reply that he sent.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, Quentin's addressing this. I'm gonna take a look." Quinton Reviews posted a 45-minute video called. Let me pull up the exact title. Is it not in the search results? I can't. These fucking Mr. Beast thumbnails. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, I should explain that real quick while you're looking. We did. Did we talk about this last? We may have talked about this last episode. And I have brain rot,
sure
but
we did.
But yeah, we have this increasingly more horrifying YouTube Mr. Beastify thumbnail thing, which I've made just into the most hilarious war crime simulator with Mr. Beast. It's great.
Let me just post to you guys the Mr. Beast thumbnail for the Quinton Reviews video responding to everything. It's Mr. Beast holding a case full of money and he's just covering up Quinton.
That's the money that he's paid that editor.
Yeah.
Mr.
Okay.
Beast
so
for the check in. Yeah. Sorry.
So I start the video, and I want to remind you that the call out video was, "This is a pay dispute. He underpaid me. I overworked. He wasn't a very good friend, and he was a pain to work with."
Yeah.
The video that Quinton Reviews posted immediately opens that she was in love with him and he rejected her. And the second I heard that, I was like, yeah, all right, it's all coming together. She finished 90 minutes of content in 2 days when Quinton intended it to be like 2 weeks. And it was done incredibly sloppily. She was forcing him to work at her pace, which was kind of insane because she was cutting out sleep to to finish this editing job that was meant to take 2 entire weeks, a whole last fortnight.
Yeah, it's like
Mark-ass Brown Lee.
It's like that's something. I mean, it's a 4-hour long fucking video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get this
she's
thing
only
done
one
in
of
2
like
days.
I mean,
she's one of several editors on it, and like he staggered it so that he could work on this one part with an editor, and then once that's done, work on another part with another editor, and basically just offer notes and stuff.
Yeah.
And he also paced it so that he would have time to do like all the things that he had yet to do. So what were you saying, Claw?
I was just gonna say that like she was apparently quite theatrical about that, is what you said.
Yes, the video itself was quite theatric.
God.
Yeah.
So, I want to remind you that she was offered $1,400 for the second iCarly video, and she claims that she had to fight for $1,700. And yes, she was initially offered $1,400 for the second iCarly video. She immediately asked once for $1,700, and Quinton was like, "Yeah, all right, sure, that works." She really had to fucking fight for that thing.
She had to fight tooth and nail for that shit.
Well, does he have like receipts or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, the video was full of fucking receipts.
From everything I've heard, the video was really good. I haven't seen it yet because
it's not an apology video, which makes it a great contrast with Colleen Ballinger, who we'll bring up in a second.
Oh yeah.
It makes it a great contrast because neither of them apologized, but one went about it the correct way, saying, "This isn't right. I have receipts. What the fuck?" And the other one was like, "Here's a funny little song about how I definitely didn't diddle those kids."
Don't do it. Yeah.
I legitimately cannot believe her thought to her lawyer saying, "Hey, don't talk about this shit, you fucking moron," was, "I'm gonna sing about it."
I'm just my favorite. That's my favorite part of that video, where she's like, "They told me not to talk about it," and then you can almost hear the musical bum 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 when she's like, "But they didn't say I couldn't sing," but like the fucking song starts. It's ridiculous.
You could hear the PR team she hired be like, that's a free paycheck. Wow, I didn't even have to do this work.
So.
Yeah.
Over the entire time that she was working with him, she came on to him multiple times. She's like, "Oh, hey, I really like you. Oh, you're great." Like, even in like the notes.
Oh.
Sorry. Even in like the notes that she gave on like different videos, because she like elected herself to be his ghostwriter, which is strange. But eventually on like Halloween 2021, by the way, this happened 2 years ago almost.
Oh my god.
She drunkenly confessed her feelings for him, and in I think the most Quinton Reviews move ever, he gave her an itemized list as to why he didn't think it was a good idea.
You know what? This is based this time. I respect it.
Yeah, you know what? The reasoning's fine. It's just, I mean, giving someone an itemized list is very strange in any context.
Yeah. From what you're saying, though, I gotta say, I mean, like, I don't know. There were a lot of jokes about Quinton and, like, Lindsay Ellis and all of that, but I don't know. I mean, it does seem like people have said he's improved. I haven't watched any of his videos in a couple of years. The last video of his that I watched, well, it was after his, like, weird crossover video that he did with, like, every YouTuber.
Oh,
yeah. I have to say, I honestly feel really bad, because he put a lot of effort into that, and I think my stream covering it has more views.
Oh, that's
I can take a look.
It is unfortunate, but yeah, that one did not do very well for him, I don't think. But, like, I didn't watch that, and then he made some stuff after that, and I remember we tried watching it in call a couple times, and it was just, like, kind of depressing. It wasn't really very funny, or, like, funny for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. But, like, yeah, that was, like, a couple years ago, and ever since then, yeah, he's had those videos, and he's, generally been, like, improving from what people have said, and this whole situation does seem like, he seems like, good for Quinton, I guess.
Yeah, so, alright, so she drunkenly confessed to him. He gave him an itemized list of, like, he gave her fuck. I'm a little sleepy right now. Shut up.
Okay.
He gave her an itemized list as to why he doesn't think it'll work. And that's basically, it boils down to, I'm not really that into you in that way. It's kind of weird to be dating a fan. And it's also kind of weird to be like dating someone that I have on payroll.
The payroll one, I could definitely fully agree.
Yeah, it's like real reasons.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, nuh-uh.
Well, like, the thing is, it's not even just, I mean, like, fan is one thing. If it's a person who's like a level-headed adult, but if they're like, this girl seemed like she was definitely very
Parasocial.
Yeah, like the editing the whole thing in like 2 days or whatever was.
Yeah, and she does specifically say that it was to impress him.
Exactly, yeah. Like that's what it seems like too. So.
Oh, Claw, I can tell you, comparison-wise, your video has about 59,000 more views.
Oh Jesus,
that sucks for him.
I don't know. That's very unfortunate. I am sorry about that. I mean, it's not a good video. I'm not going to say that video. It is a bad video that is worth criticizing, but it is. He did put a lot of work into it.
The thing I'll say is,
I do feel bad.
I respect that he burnt every possible YouTube contact he's ever had for that video. I respect it.
Yeah, he put it again.
Eventually, I'm going to do something like that, but it's going to be for like a painfully unfunny television pilot I try to sell.
Nice. Oh yeah, the Spoonie movie.
Oh, dude, that Spoonie movie's going to happen one day.
I mean, like, are we allowed to make the Spoonie movie though? Like, is he gonna
does he have the rights? Film titled The Spoonie Movie.
Yeah, like,
whatever we make with that title, that doesn't really matter. As long as we're making The Spoonie Movie.
I mean, like, I know we would be giving it away on the podcast here, but like, I don't know. I kind of like the concept of making a story that's loosely about a Spoonie-esque character who, rises to popularity and then goes insane. But Spoonie is also
kind
someone
of a Joker movie.
I suppose it is. Internet nostalgia critic Joker, yeah.
If AI ever gets to a point where we can replace somebody in a movie, I'll literally just get to a point. If we ever get to that point, I'll recreate the Joker movie, but with just Spoonie in it.
And then the Flash with Nathan Fielder, obviously.
Yes.
But Spoonie is another person who's been like speaking of Quinton, he's been like on the mend apparently. I think he's been streaming more, and he was doing like interviews. I think he was doing. Did he do an interview with like the actor from Phantasmagoria 2 or something like that?
I think something like that.
Yeah, like he's been like getting back into it, and that's another one where like but full support to Spoonie. I hope he, much like Quinton, I hope because I liked Quinton back in the day before it started to feel like he was becoming a bit of a shithead. But like if that was just a passing phase, then good for him.
Yeah, wow, he uploaded five fucking videos 3 months ago. Holy shit!
Damn.
Yeah, also, I wasn't subscribed to Spoonie, which, hey, guess what, Spoonie? You got a subscription.
Hey. Alright, so.
Yes.
In our story, Quinton has just politely turned her down.
Itemized list, yes.
Itemized list, yes.
Which,
so shortly after, she reads it, and she gets mad at him.
Oh.
Which is interesting. And then she asks for more money because then she thinks she's been underpaid. And then Quentin's like, no, because at this point it just seems like it's just going to be hush money, which is
not
so.
Good.
After that, she starts to follow him around on every social media platform, trying to call him out. And her latest attempt, the one on Thursday, a week from today, actually, is the one that went viral. So that's essentially the video summed up. So, snap back to reality, back to fucking me sitting in the bed. Dan Olsen has replied to Quinton Reviews' tweet, basically completely dodging the actual point of the video. Because the point of the video is she was fine up until, Quinton rejected her, and then she got mad.
Yeah.
And, I don't like to use the excuse, oh, he's crazy, oh, she's crazy. But I think in this point...
In this situation, this person is crazy.
Yeah, this situation, this person's at the very least, slightly unhinged.
Yeah, there's definitely moments when you're with somebody, you're talking to somebody that you've been, friends with for however long, and then it's like, oh yeah, like that time I drowned those puppies, and you're just like, well, how do I exit this friendship?
Yeah.
How do I move on from this?
And here's the thing. On that end, I will say that there are some women that are hot enough that they could tell me they murdered like 10 cats prior to talking to me, and I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't look bad.
All right, well, like if
I'm not gonna.
Eva Mendes, circa Ghost Rider, came up
to me, Ben. Listen to me, Ben. Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
Custom Star Wars figures.
You gotta come to this club. It's called The Sheen.
It's called Push.
All I'm saying is, if I found out that she murdered like orphans for fun, but she still wanted to fuck me, I'd be like, yeah.
I gotta point out, Bane, you are correct. In fact, yes, he posted 5 videos 3 months ago.
I know.
Spoonie did. There's like
Spoonie's
a Mazes and Monsters video, King of Fighters movie
fucking
review,
Dragon Strike review. It's 35 minutes long.
Yeah, is some of this like re-uploaded content? I'm not sure, but
fully know.
Good for Spoonie.
And he's still streaming also. I mean, if you want to watch Spoonie play Ready or Not.
Is he still doing the thing where his streams are like, I am in a very dark place. Please do not talk to me. Like, because I remember there was a time when his streams were a call for help.
I hope they aren't anymore.
I hope not. No.
He last streamed a week ago.
Having now watched the 4 main Channel Awesome movies again recently this year, I can say that Spoonie is definitely certainly one of the most talented people that were ever on that site. And,
most entertaining.
Very. Yes. Hopefully, and I just, he seems like he really got dealt a rough hand.
Yeah, hey, Spoonie, the doors are open. If you ever want to come on to talk, doors are open.
If he ever hears this.
Yeah, we're like 5 episodes in now, and I gotta say, I would very much like to start adding or bringing on guest people, because I've never wanted to be like an interviewer or whatever on my channel. People have often been like, "Hey, why don't you interview Logic, the Wonder Bread guy, or whatever?"
Oh, I would totally be down to ask the Wonder Bread guy questions.
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily. That guy just wants attention, but like,
I mean,
I think
this is a give and take. You
gotta gauge it well.
I guess, yeah.
And here's the thing: we control the editing. If we think he's being too attention whory, we'll just not air it.
We can fucking run the narrative. We can make him into a Republican if we want to.
We're gonna turn you into a Disney Channel fan.
Okay, I'm gonna finish up with this Quinton story real quick.
Sorry.
All right, so Dan Olson just dodged the actual point of the video, but then, like a little bit after, he just deletes his reply. Because he got clowned on by fucking everyone. Everyone's like, oh, okay, that's not the actual fucking point of the video, though. So
he completely missed the mark. That's
great.
And
like going back to the reply that he sent, which I, for some reason, did not keep up. He mentions the house's worth of money, which is something that Quinton literally brings up to refute the claim that he does not pay his editors, because he spent an entire house's worth of money on those editors.
Yeah. Wow. How fucking embarrassing.
Which I mean, for like 30 hours of content, that's I would say a house's worth of money would be like 50, 60K in a small town.
How much?
That's a lot.
Have any of the other editors said anything about this?
Not that I know of.
As far as I know, I haven't seen anything.
That's the thing, though. I don't know any of his editors.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I just wonder if anybody, because I feel like, I don't know, if multiple people were working for me and somebody started saying something that was like one way, and the other person would probably, I don't know if they would necessarily want to speak up in that regard. No, I guess that would be kind of a private thing. But it's like, like if you feel like you've been paid well by Quinton, I feel like you would maybe, I don't know, say something to his defense, maybe. But
that's the thing. I just don't know. Yeah. I don't know any of his editors besides this one person. I don't really feel like going really that deep into it because I feel like at this point he's defended himself very adequately.
Yeah.
He's done a good job.
Yeah. Speaking of doing a good job, the editor in question went private on Twitter like a couple hours after this all happened. So I have no idea how she's responded to all of this. The only fucking like social media that I've seen that she hasn't gone private on is her OnlyFans.
Oh wow!
And I'm not gonna touch
complaining
that.
about it. I'm not gonna add her OnlyFans.
I'm not gonna go snooping on there.
I mean, you can drop the name of it in the Discord. That's fine.
I mean,
there,
yeah, if you want to drop links
purposes.
and
we gotta know. We gotta
photos.
research. Yeah.
Okay.
But
you,
the trepidation in his voice. I'm not sure I want to do this. And
here's her link tree.
Okay,
hold on, it has to load.
I at least want to see what she looks like. Cause admittedly, I've not watched her video or anything.
She's got a goth vibe going on, which I am a fan of.
I mean, I dig goth vibe. Not gonna lie, but well, okay. Let's see how much she's charging for her. Now her OnlyFans.
You're
her
actually
OnlyFans
considering this.
Well, no, I was gonna see what she charged. Her OnlyFans page is down.
Oh,
or maybe,
okay.
Or maybe OnlyFans is down because I've tried refreshing it and it just says the link is broken.
It appears to be. No, yeah, there's a post from July 10th. Toxic gossip train. Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past.
No fucking way she's referencing that shit.
If you don't, also there's a bunch of emojis like this "ooh woo Santa fuck me" copy pasta. All aboard the toxic gossip train, chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
Does she think that Quinton's doing that?
Okay,
I guess so.
I finally got it to work after like refreshing. I think it's maybe just. I think she's maybe just like making fun of that. She might just
be referencing it, yeah.
Because these were posted like July 7th, 8th, 9th.
Well, that's the thing. All of this happened on the 7th and the 8th and the 9th.
Okay, then maybe she might be. But she also got like a crewmate. I mean, she's got one here. It's like, thankful to have you as a crewmate. Want to add to the letter and become screwmates instead. Here, you one of my tasks. I really want to do you. It's some Among Us stuff.
Oh no.
My sussy powers are awakening.
It's inoperable. Oh no. All right,
Have you heard of the hit popular game Among Us? It's a really cool game where 1, 2, 3 imposters try to kill off the crewmates. Well, the crew has to finish their.
Yes,
I don't know what.
A lot of these are just ironic. A lot of these are just ironic. Yeah, a lot of these are just ironic shit posts.
This is on her OnlyFans, yeah.
Yeah, because she's got a Ben Shapiro style shit post here. Let's say hypothetically, I am a Barbie girl. Now let's even say that in a Barbie world. Right? So in this scenario, I would obviously know from personal experience life in plastic is fantastic. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you could brush my hair and undress me literally everywhere? I'm not reading the rest of it. But
furthermore, in imagination, life would clearly be your creation. All right, so that's really all I have to say. Overall, that's a W for Quinton.
Yeah, big ups.
Yeah,
big ups,
genuinely.
Liquid Quinton.
Yeah.
What?
He said
big ups, Liquid Quinton.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a clone.
I mean, hey, I clone Quinton couldn't be that bad, right?
Well, actually, he has a thing where he has like an evil clone. Like,
I thought you said he has a thing for clones. I'm like, oh no.
Yes. He played through Metal Gear Solid. He got to Liquid Snake. He was like, oh yeah.
I mean, is that more or less normal than fucking green M&Ms?
That's
I
more
think
normal.
It's slightly more normal.
Yeah.
Very slightly.
Yes.
I don't really have any other I have other things, but I don't have any extrapolation on this, but Colleen Ballinger is copy striking videos of her apology.
I've seen that. Yeah, copy struck H3.
I don't think that was copyright striking. It was just claiming.
Claiming. My bad.
Yeah, actually, let me look it up.
Well, real quick, because I'm going to cut the ad break in here in a minute. This episode of Loud Equals Funny was brought to you by the Kickstarter for Ned Iron Outlaw from Beer Labs. Ned Iron Outlaw is a 2D Metroidvania that is set within the wild frontier of Australia, where you play as Ned Kelly, a real-life notorious outlaw who wore a suit that was made of iron way before Tony Stark did. You know? And the game will tell the story of Ned Kelly and the Kelly Gang, both the fictional story played within the game, and the real-life story of Ned Kelly, which you'll earn from collectibles about the men and women who inspired the story within the game. It's got a pretty big open world with 5 biomes that will be expanding with each stretch goal hit. They will be expanding with the stretch goals that are on the Kickstarter, which I'm going to recommend you go and look at. At the very least, go take a look at it. I've played the demo. I think it's pretty fun. But there is a demo on Steam right now. You can find out for yourself, you know. You can figure out if you think that Ned is a hero or a villain. You know, history has its opinions. Go decide for yourself. Again, check out the Kickstarter page linked down below. Thank you to Beer Labs. Thank you to Ned Iron Outlaw for sponsoring the episode. And back to the episode. Hey, I guess we should talk about this. I haven't made it public as of the time of recording, but there should be a Patreon link, which will soon get you bonus episodes, which sometimes may come out separately later, but that's mostly in a who knows when we do that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, I will be putting together a little video fairly soon that sort of announces the podcast. Maybe a couple of little clips from the podcast, something. We could maybe try to figure out which moments would be good for, for a little preview, and then just direct some attention toward it, because I think, I've posted about it a couple times, and I mentioned it on stream. But, it's good to get the word out a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, our numbers are pretty good, honestly.
I do think at some point we should maybe, make a new channel for it.
I've already got the new channel made. I just haven't really... what I'm going to do is start posting them there soon, and then just slowly kind of, stop posting on my channel with them and just start posting them there.
All right. We should definitely gauge it by, how well they do on either one.
I mean, they're all pretty solid so far. The biggest episode is the Gamergate one, but I think
that's got 1,000 people.
That's also on Spotify. That one's pretty big too. It's
I can't look at the views on Spotify.
I'll send you the analytics later.
Nice.
All very important business chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Please pay no regard to the behind the curtain business.
We're having it right here, out in the open.
Oh yeah,
listen dirty.
Well,
we're all about transparency here on the Loud Equals Funny podcast, and that's the platform that we plan to run for president on.
Exactly. All three of us at the same time.
All at once. Three of us in a trench coat as one giant man.
Exactly.
Yes.
Me being Canadian will have no bearing on this.
Well, two-thirds percentage American kind of cancels it out. It's
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Are we gonna run as Democrat or Republican? Do you think?
We're gonna be our. Can we be both? That would be great.
That would be hilarious. No, I don't think you can.
All right, we'll be our own party.
Yeah.
You know what? I've always wanted to be.
We'll be the Loud Equals Funny party.
I guess that would work. I was thinking Poland, the classic Poland beer party, which actually won some election. They was invented as a joke. They just their whole thing was just that they liked beer. We could just be a beer party, or maybe the cocaine party or something. That would be great.
Cocaine and hookers party.
Yeah.
They actually
you're invited.
They just recently found cocaine in the White House.
Gee, was that Ice Poseidon's fault?
Honestly, probably.
Because I remember the same day. I think the same day he was arrested for some crazy. But that was that was in Thailand.
It was in Thailand. Yeah, for getting a lap dance and streaming it.
Apparently that gets you arrested in Thailand.
In Thailand, weird. It's weird with things that will get you arrested and the things that won't get you arrested in Thailand. Yeah. A lap dance, real bad. Certain other things, apparently good.
That's fine.
Trying to avoid controversy here. Yeah, no. Trying to think what else do I got here. There's about to be a big actor strike on top of the writer's strike that's going on.
They just started.
Yep. Oh, it just started today. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The video I was listening to was last night, so makes sense.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time that they've both been on strike since like the 60s.
Yes, since 1960 itself, both the actors and the writers, which is going to be a bad sign for anything coming out of Hollywood next year.
Yeah, they are. You guys prepared for another fucking round of reality shows?
Oh god,
wasn't that was so great back in 2008?
Yep.
I mean,
I loved it.
I remember the writer's strike was responsible for responsible for the second Transformers movie. It was responsible for the really short. There was a bunch of like TV shows that were fucked up because of it. Like Heroes was irreparably destroyed because of the writer's strike.
Yeah, Heroes, Pushing Daisies got pushed. Got half its season cut.
Yeah, Lost season 4 was like 8 episodes or something. Doctor Who, there was that one. There's that 1 year, I guess it was then, Doctor Who, when it was like
that wasn't
specials. Was that not the writer's strike?
Yeah, because that's over in the UK and they have a different.
Oh yeah, I guess they have a different thing.
You talk to the right person about this. They did specials because David Tennant was doing a play of some sort with Patrick Stewart.
Oh yeah.
Due to that kind of schedule, they kind of had to. They didn't really have the time to do a full series, so they just made a couple specials.
I remember the first thing I ever saw from Doctor Who was the one where he was on the bus in the desert or whatever.
Yeah, that was not great.
Okay. It was fine. I don't know. It was. Here's
the thing. It was middling in a very not middling era.
Wait, was that the one? The one we were
Planet of the Dead.
Okay, I mixed that up with the other one where they were in the tram in space and they couldn't get out of it.
That's Midnight.
That's
like
Midnight's fucking
You're good.
phenomenal.
I was like, hang on, wait. It sounds exactly like another one.
Midnight is fantastic.
I remember my dad. We were watching TV and we were not able to figure out what to watch, and it was like the Doctor Who Planet of the Dead would show up, and I'd be like, Dad, put it on that. I want to see it. He'd be like, no, that's stupid. I'm like, no, it looks cool. And so, yeah.
Honestly, you were both right.
Yeah, I suppose.
It was a little
probably true.
A little in between.
At least it wasn't the Blowjob Stone episode.
Hey, that one's all right.
That's a classic.
Everyone's down on that episode, but it's actually like pretty.
That would be awkward to watch for your dad, though.
Except for the blowjob slap. That one, that little bit was kind of weird.
It was very odd, yes.
Job slap, goddamn.
That's a real thing in the canon of Doctor Who. There's also the time cock.
Time cock.
Which is a real thing from the Bernice Summerfield things. We're getting into hyperfixation territory.
We're getting into the weeds here now.
We could talk about the eccentricities of Doctor Who lore later.
I know that Claw won't really want to talk about this because he's told me his opinions on this game recently, but I do want to mention they're bringing this actor into the game. Nick Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Which makes
apparently
me
from what I've heard, he's not. Apparently from what I've heard, he's not great.
His perks are kind of wild.
I mean, I don't know. Like, who gives a shit? It's just like when they put fucking John McClane in the Call of Duty, and it was just some.
Oh yeah, I bought that.
Yeah, but Nick Cage is better than
Nick Cage
Thomas
Nick Cage
McClane.
Nick Cage.
Fucking diehard ass.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying it's just one of those, like, you know, celebrity kind of look. He's in the game, and they didn't really put probably a lot of effort in. So.
Yeah, but
he actually
being chased by Nicolas Cage will always be a fulfilling experience.
No. Chasing Nicolas Cage is the killer. You're chasing him.
Oh, okay. So he's
a survivor, not a killer. No.
Damn it. Well, that sucks. I mean, to be chased by Nicolas Cage.
He should be a killer.
That is a missed opportunity. I don't know what's up.
He should be both a survivor and a killer.
There's just different Nicolas Cages. We got solid Nicolas and liquid Nicolas.
You know, yeah, maybe he. Oh, that would be great. I was thinking maybe he's just like the lore of the character is that he's a survivor, but he is also a murderer, unrelated to that. He's like a cannibal.
He murders as a side hustle. It isn't his main gig.
He's got to clock in to kill. You know.
Yeah.
At this point in
Gotta take
time,
his
he
face
is
off.
surviving. But when when he moonlights as a murderer. Yeah.
Yeah. Just as a treat.
Exactly. No, I mean, I like when games get to do goofy shit like that. I hope more games get to do goofy shit like that. Apparently, like, there's a boys collaboration with COD, which, admittedly, I'm holding myself off from buying the Homelander character. $20. I don't want to buy it, but I'm close to buying it.
A very rare case of Bane restraint when it comes to Call of Duty.
Well, that's because Modern Warfare 2 doesn't have zombies in it. If it had zombies, oh, brother.
Yeah, there's always something.
See, Claw has Rocksmith. I have zombies. Tristan has has probably about 3 things. Honestly, it's that same kind of vein.
I mean,
we talking just video games.
We get
or
really into it, as in like excitement for games.
I mean, Rocksmith for me is like
it's like really,
it's
unfortunate wanting a god hand.
Well, I mean, I should say like what we're good at, as in a sense of like.
I mean,
I think you're really good at Rocksmith. I'm pointing something out right now as like a thing people know us for in a way, but
I don't really view Rocksmith as like a video game though. I guess it's just kind of like a means to play guitar. I view it as like essentially an all-in-one thing that it's like reading tabs and playing the song at the same time and having an amp. It's just kind of makes it easy. I don't really view it as a game, but I guess it kind of is. I don't know, but it is kind of comparable because
it's less gamey than like Clone Hero.
It's made by Ubisoft and so they're an evil, awful corporation that's terrible. So it's similar to how you like you like Call of Duty and I like that. So
yeah, hey, we both have our
Tristan,
vices.
Tristan likes Elder Scrolls.
I'm not good at it though. Oh boy.
Oh hey, neither am I, man.
Listen,
I don't think
neither's Bethesda.
Yeah, you're right.
Something about I do want to bitch about something real quick because I bought a game the other day, and do you want to talk about how bad disc sizes are for games? Because I was surprised when I got back the box and I saw the fact it was 155 gigs from the disc.
Really?
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. It's hard. It takes up 155 gigabytes, which also means you can't play the game with the disc alone. No, you have to actually put the disc in, let it install its 100 gigs, and then download the 55 gigs off the internet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, I think a lot of like disc-based games at this point are just like their own sort of form of DRM.
Yeah, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 2022. The disc was literally just like maybe 100 megabytes, and then you install the rest of the game download.
Yeah.
Which
I have
it sucks,
the Elder Scrolls Anthology over here on my shelf. I don't want to pull it out because things will fall.
Shit.
And the Skyrim on that is literally just a Steam code on a disc. It sucks, but
a lot of
all of the other games are on their discs. It's fine.
I started watching that the 20-hour Skyrim video.
Oh boy,
it's a pretty good video.
It is a hell of a venture.
He's he's very pretentious about his video compared to other people's. To be fair, it does seem like he covers a lot of things.
Essentially all of it.
Yeah, and he covers a lot of things that other people have not actually apparently really talked about, and so that's fair. But it is interesting. I always knew that I didn't. I don't know. Skyrim's fine. I've enjoyed myself playing it.
Even as an Elder Scrolls fan, Skyrim is just kind of.
I know I'm just that guy who started with Morrowind, and so I'm like I've got nostalgia. But Oblivion is fucking leagues above Skyrim. Everything kind of looks the same in Oblivion, but there's just something about it that's more fun, and the combat is like shittier, but it's also more fun for some reason. And I don't know. I like Oblivion a lot.
For me, it's the ability to have a sword, shield, and a spell at the same time. You can't do that shit in fucking Skyrim.
Yeah.
You can in literally every other Elder Scrolls game.
Thing is, Skyrim is great for new players because it really is like it's simplified, and sometimes good, sometimes not. In my personal opinion, But
I mean, it's it's the most bland version of what what that sort of experience is.
Yeah,
I
the most
guess.
bland version of the gameplay, at least for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the quest design too. There's just a lot of fake depth where they pretend that you have like a choice, but it doesn't really do anything, or stuff like that.
I will say the
Hmm?
I just drew a blank. The visual style,
Yes.
I would say is pretty good.
Okay.
Even if it is like very gray.
Nice. The environments look. I don't think the people look very good.
Honestly, I think the people are at least a step up from Oblivion.
Yeah, well, that's fair. They don't
mean,
have the faces. They have slightly bad faces, but not as bad. They don't have the potatoes.
They don't have like permanent like burn face. I don't know how to describe it. Where it's like their face looks plasticky.
They don't look like burn victims.
I've been, I was also watching some videos about like Fallout and stuff, and so I tried to play Fallout 2 again. And I don't know, that game is, it's like, it starts out, and it's weird to me that game is like on all of these best game ever lists, because like it starts out and like basically if you don't spec your character correctly, then the tutorial dungeon that they put you in will probably kill you, because you're just forced to like fucking hand-to-hand fight a bunch of ants. And like if you don't give yourself unarmed skill, then you're just kind of fucked.
You have spears and stuff.
I guess maybe you can find. I mean, like I guess it just seems it's very rough to get into it.
I'll admit it's been a while since I played Fallout 2. I played like half of Fallout 1 recently, and I would say it is a little bit better for multi-specking, because like for not multi-specking, but like for different like obscure specs, because that very first like dungeon area in Fallout 1 where you escape, like where you leave the vault cave, you can at the very least run through that.
Yeah, and I mean you probably can in 2 as well. I'm probably just being a bit of a baby, but it does seem a little. I mean, it's an older game, but it seems very rough compared to even like a Baldur's Gate or something. But then I installed
after that point, after the first dungeon, it's just fucking great.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember. Well, I remember playing it up until there was like a like very clean white city. I think it was like a Brotherhood city or something. I don't remember, but it was around there where I realized that the game had like a fucking time limit, and I just stopped playing it. I was like,
are you sure you weren't playing Fallout 1?
I think it was 2. Doesn't 2 also have a time limit sort of thing?
As far as I know, it doesn't.
Okay,
I might have had a mod to remove it.
Or maybe I was. I don't know. But
for me, it's been a decade and a half since I've played Fallout 2, so.
I never got too into those, but I used to be a big fan of New Vegas, and I reinstalled that, and I was putting a bunch of mods into that, and it's amazing, I gotta say.
Yeah.
When you start adding, I mean, like, the game's really good, but when you start adding some of the mods, like, I've never done some of the, like, weird tweak mods, but when you add, like, I put in this thing that it's just this menu that lets you basically toggle, like, hundreds of different things, and just like, oh, you're now able to shoot while you're jumping, or you're able to like whatever. There's like double jumping as an option or whatever.
Send me a link to that. I have one of those for Fallout 4.
Oh yeah, I will. Remind me after the thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and just like all of the, and then somehow still I had the hundreds of DLC messages bombard me.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I had all of this stuff that like I tweaked, and somehow I didn't turn that off.
There are mods to get rid of that. There's also mods that move the items that you get to like different places.
So that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I started playing, and then I realized I wanted to stop, and I needed to get the I can't do Good Springs. I need to do the alternative start mod again.
I like Good Springs.
I like Good Springs, but I just started there so many times that I like to just start somewhere else and
that's fair.
Try to make my way.
Yeah, I always have to use alternative start with Skyrim.
Oh yeah, I never
Yeah.
tried it with Skyrim. I tried it with Oblivion, and I remember it was pretty good. I started in like, what's the city on like the East Coast or whatever, or the West Coast?
Anvil.
Yeah, yeah. I started there, and
The
like
one that looks like it's straight out of fucking Spain.
the one that's got the lighthouse.
Yeah, Anvil.
Yeah, I started there, and it was pretty good. And the thing about Oblivion is, anywhere you start, the leveling is all the fucking same. So it's like,
True.
it does work that way. I don't know. I've been just immersing myself in some of the sort of Elder Scrolls and like Fallout stuff lately, and thinking about Elder Scrolls 6 and like how much I don't trust them to make it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm cautiously optimistic for Starfield.
Oh, I have no hopes. For Starfield.
I'm optimistic. I am not even cautiously optimistic for Starfield because I know.
Yeah.
I just know that give it like a year.
Oh, the mods.
There's going to be some banging ass mods for it, and honestly, that's the big reason I picked up Fallout 4.
Yeah,
because
I guess
it's not a good Fallout game, but it is a fantastic modding platform.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I'll recommend to everyone who hasn't seen it yet watching the little Starfield Direct thing they did.
I still haven't fucking watched it. I gotta watch it.
It's really good. I don't know, that 30 minutes of it's like 30 minutes long, I think. It took me from being like to being like, okay, there's at least something here, base game, that has me excited.
There's substance.
Yeah, where it's
that's the real meat of stuff. You gotta have some substance.
Yeah, I'm willing to be, surprised by it, I guess. I just, I don't know. Bethesda's just like been on a downward spiral for the past 20 years, so I don't see why this would be anything better.
I think it's Fallout 4 that opened everybody's eyes to just how janky things are.
I think you're right. Yeah, it was around there because like I was annoyed by how janky Bethesda games were even before Skyrim came out. I remember on like V, I would be bitching like, this is unacceptable the way these the fucking Oblivion is, and Fallout 3, and these games are like, they look like shit. New Vegas crashes all the fucking time.
Yeah,
GTA,
New Vegas still crashes all the time.
Oh yeah, if GTA came out and it was as unreliable and unstable as a Bethesda game, people would be rioting. But because it's Bethesda, it's fine. And that was before Skyrim, I was saying stuff like that. But you're right, like on average, most people started to, the "it just works" meme and stuff that was around like Fallout 4. Yeah. And that's where it started to get really obvious that they were just stapling and gluing shit to this fucking Morrowind engine from 20 years ago. And it was not working.
And then Fallout 76 happened, and
they tried putting multiplayer into spaghetti code from 20 years ago.
Yeah, and the thing about Fallout 76 is you can't rely on your community to fix it for you.
Yeah.
Because you can't have mods in a multiplayer game unless it's like visuals.
I also started watching the channel's Patrician TV, I think. He did a video about that too. Four videos, a 4-part series, and
that one's really good. I like it.
I only got about all his videos are quite long, so I only got a little bit of the way through it. But
he does have shorter videos, and
that's
if
true.
you listening right now, if you like reviews of older video games, comparisons to like between Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 2 the bad one, and stuff like you remember the old Harry Potter games? He's done a video on those, and those are shorter.
We're not sponsored by this YouTube channel.
No, he has given me money. That is a joke. But he's a good YouTuber. It's just he has an 8-hour Morrowind video, a 12-hour Oblivion video, a 20-hour Skyrim 2-parter.
Yeah.
Like trust me, it's intimidating. Good Lord, it's intimidating.
It is. But I was watching
it isn't just 8 hours of Morrowind good, Skyrim bad, Morrowind good, Skyrim bad, Morrowind good, Skyrim bad. It's
he gets into details.
Yeah, he goes through every major quest line, a lot of the minor quests. Like I'm pretty sure the only reason that he doesn't like go through every single quest is because there's just so many.
Yeah, he'd be there all week. You know?
Yeah, you don't want your 8-hour Morrowind video to turn into a 20-hour Morrowind video.
The problem is, I started watching him, and I was watching the Skyrim video, and I got to the part about the College of Winterhold, where it was like, the funny part where he was like, it's more accurate to say that I have a tangent about the quest line while I complain about the magic system for 2 hours. Because he just like talks about how terrible the magic is.
It's awful. The Skyrim magic system is fucking dreadful.
Yeah, it's funny, because again, like he goes into a lot of detail, and so you get into the exact reasons of like, yeah, everybody knows magic sucks in Skyrim. Nobody likes magic in Skyrim, but like, why exactly? And he kind of explains why, and like opens your eyes a bit. And in a way, and he also shows examples of like I remember he pointed out Dragon's Dogma and how it's not even that crazy, but you can do like meteor rain bullshit.
Yeah, you have to like if anyone in the audience thinks that Skyrim has shitty magic, it's because you're not playing it right. You have to play with the Midas spells mod, also Apocalypse spells, because those are the only those add the only spells that are fucking worthwhile.
Yeah, it's funny, like, Skyrim is, I think people genuinely do, overrate the game because of the mods. Because in their head, they don't remember, like, when you actually, because that's what he's doing for 20 hours, that guy. He's talking about the unmodded original game, and it's DLCs and stuff too, but like without mods, and like, yeah, a lot of people I think just kind of, oh yeah, the combat sucks, just install this mod, or like, oh yeah, this part sucks, just install this, and like, no, if you don't do that, it does kind of blow chunks.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why. If you try playing console Skyrim.
Oh god. Well, that was how I played it. I had the 360 version, and fun fact, I never beat Skyrim because I got to the final boss, and like what is it? It's fucking Alduin or whatever, right? Yeah. And he just like flies around off in the fucking distance, and he never attacked me, and I just like shut the game off, and I didn't care. I was like, never mind.
It's like, yeah, never mind.
I will say, PS3, 360, and Nintendo Switch Skyrim, yeah. Fuck those. PS4 Skyrim, you can have like Bethesda has these mods that you can like this mod page where you can download mods to consoles. The PS4 version is gimped because Sony won't allow like files other than ESPs to be downloaded, which is just the basic plugin file.
Yeah.
But Xbox One Skyrim actually has mod support, like real mod support.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
true.
can download Beyond Skyrim. You can download like a shit ton of real.
You can even
mods.
crash your game too.
Yeah,
with no survivors.
There is a mod for both PS3, I think, and absolutely Xbox One Skyrim that just ups the frame rate to 60.
Yep,
it just does it. Same for Fallout 4.
Wow.
Just unlocks the frame rate. Just like, yeah, fuck you, unlocks your frame rate.
Yeah, and like it hits 60 pretty often. It dips a little bit in like really, really intense scenes, but that doesn't really happen too often. It's kind of like the it's like the Starfield thing, where it's locked just because they want to offer a consistent experience. And I guess I get it.
Even though I'd be completely fine with an inconsistent one.
I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, and it does the whole like performance mode, graphics mode.
More games need to do that.
The funny thing is, the performance mode doesn't even do 60 unless you're. It's weird. If you are in a battle, it hits like a stable 60. But if you're not in a battle and battle stuff isn't happening and action isn't happening, for some reason it has trouble with the frame rate and it goes around like 40.
Yeah.
Or like 50.
Which is fucking.
Maybe it's because they they deload a lot of objects when you're in a battle.
I guess so. It just seems weird that like all the animations and like that game's very flashy. There's actually, I don't know what it is, which scene, but there's apparently a scene that was causing people's PS3s or PS3s. Wow, causing people's PS5s to like overheat and hard crash and like break. And I don't know if it's a scene I have passed yet, but I sure hope I get the air conditioner in here before then.
Yeah. What was it saying?
I will say though, I have tried the mods on PS4 for like Fallout 4, and because one of the I think the first game I got when I got my PS4 in 2018 was Fallout 4, and yeah, I tried some of the mods. It is interesting to mod a console game like that. It feels very. The only other game I remember, Unreal Tournament 3 for the PS3.
Yeah, that had mods.
Really?
You were able to plug in a USB stick and like download in like a Samus Aran player or a new level or a Rayman character or whatever.
That's so fucking cool. I wish more. Like, I understand why they don't do it, but I really wish more console like games would do that. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's a security risk, but like,
I mean, to Bethesda's credit, they like it's. I don't know if it's a security risk in that sense because they do like verify shit, but also,
yeah,
you know.
Well, that's the reason that Sony doesn't want like any other assets downloaded besides ESP files is because it's technically a security risk.
Right. Yeah.
But here's the thing. It is specifically because of that I'm glad that Starfield and probably every Bethesda game after it is going to be Xbox only. Because I don't know what it was, but last generation, Sony just didn't want fucking progress. Like they blocked crossplay, they blocked like mods for like Bethesda games. They did all this sort of backward shit, and like I want a future where consoles are as close to PCs as possible, you know?
Yeah,
and PC games are as close to console versions as possible.
No, man, just get a PC. I don't see what the fucking point is.
I mean, have you? Well, here's the thing: is like consoles are typically way cheaper than at least a PC right now.
Yeah, consoles
like,
are
a GPU
cheaper.
is the price of a console, so it's like.
Yeah, there's also like PC gaming is very tinker based, very tinker focused.
Whoa, man, are you allowed to say that?
Hard R tinker, yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
But like just looking through my Steam library, fucking Deadly Premonition, you need to download like 18 mods to get that to actually even function.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And even then it crashes often.
Like Daggerfall I downloaded off Steam, and you can't really play it that well, the normal Steam version. You download it so
play the Xbox Store version.
The Steam version includes all of the unofficial patches.
Well, yeah, no, I mean you can play it, but I mean like you download it so that you can install the Unity thing that lets you.
Yeah,
play it
Daggerfall Unity is much better, but like even then, normal Daggerfall with the the unofficial patch is
it's fine. I guess a better example would be Star Wars Dark Forces, which doesn't run properly.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say Manhunt, where you have to download like a whole new executable and then like make sure it points there correctly. Otherwise, it won't run.
Resident Evil 5, for the longest time, you needed to replace the the Games for Windows Live DLL file with a blank DLL.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They fixed that like a week before the Resident Evil 4 remake dropped,
which was weird, but kind of based.
Honestly, I think that's probably because they're not intending on remaking Resident Evil 5.
I don't know.
Honestly, I fucking hope they don't.
Should I put a spoiler alert here for RE4 remake real quick?
Well, I mean, you've already said it.
Well, I haven't said what it is, so technically, it's not really a spoiler then.
I've played through it. I've played through. Okay. I played through both of the games countless times.
For anyone who wants to skip a remake for RE4 remake, skip ahead about 30 seconds. But there's a scene near the end of Ada that's like a brand new scene that basically kind of sets up possibly a 5 remake.
That's actually not a brand new scene.
I thought it was.
It's adapted from Separate Ways. It happens at the end of the original Separate Ways campaign.
I mean, but I feel like that was brought in for possibly like I mean, I know
Well,
it's obviously setting up for 5, but
it's almost exactly the same as the original.
I know. I just let a man dream. I want
I
want
don't.
5 I want
I
5
do not
remake if
want
only because I want a better inventory system.
fair,
Give me
but
a game
also
with a
like
better inventory system, and I'd have a fine co-op game.
I just really don't think it needs a remake. You know,
I think it needs a
looks
remake more
fine.
than 4.
It plays fine. The
Speaking
story is a
of,
little all over the place, but it's still fine. Like at the end of the day, Resident Evil 5, like you could argue, Resident Evil 4's movement, you know,
That and the inventory.
not so good for fucking casual. No, Resident Evil 4's inventory is fucking.
Oh no,
great.
I meant like replace 5's inventory with.
Oh yeah. But like
Yeah.
for Resident Evil 4, you could at least argue for a remake because the movement was still tank controls.
Yeah.
And apparently people have a problem with that. But like Resident Evil 5 has strafing, it has modern controls, it has after the update, it works out of the box perfectly on PC, and you don't have to mod it. Like it's fine. You don't really need a remake. It would be like remaking the Resident Evil remake. You know?
Yeah.
It's fine. It works fine. Yeah, sure. There's some gameplay that people don't like, but it's still fine.
I mean, like, I could see doing a
genuinely
non-tank control. I could see doing a first-person like RE7 style remake of Resident Evil.
Honestly, I think first person. I would accept a first person
like VR
Resident Evil
maybe
1 remake. You know?
Yeah.
I would accept that because the original idea for the first game was to have it be first person.
Yeah.
So I can at least accept that. But I don't want one in the style of the Resident Evil 2 remake because honestly, I think it's making the games more homogenous, you know?
I mean, I don't mind that for 2 and 3 because they take place around the same time. You know, like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, even though honestly, Resident Evil 3 is just
we don't talk about Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah, it's a fine game. A terrible remake.
It
cuts out like 2/3 of the fucking game.
It's a great $30 game. It really is.
Yeah. And you get Resident Evil Resistance included.
Yeah,
wow!
The third best knockoff of Dead by Daylight.
What a shame for people who like the third Resident Evil game that it was just designated the unnecessary one that they could make a budget game for some reason. Like for some reason.
The thing is,
that's
like
me.
they could have.
I'm that person.
They could have done that.
I honestly, if the Resident Evil 3 remake, just kept in the parts that they cut out from the original, kept the you keep the gameplay the same. The gameplay is not the problem. It's just they didn't put the park in. The clock tower was literally just you stand outside and fight once.
There were like issues with it, like it cut out the whole multiple path thing. No, like there's
the multiple pass thing. True.
Yeah, like they cut that out, and then also wasn't there like a second character that you play as? And that's
no, you still play as Carlos.
You still play as Carlos. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, in fact, you play as Carlos for longer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you actually do get a little bit more of him, and his model is not bad.
Yeah, I like him. But like in the original, you would go to the police station as Jill to pick up a lockpick. In the remake, you go as Carlos, like as a sort of side thing, like a cutaway. So like I'm fine with that. It's just they cut the park, they cut the clock tower, they cut the fucking dead factory, basically the entire second half of the game. And they replaced all 3 of those with we made the hospital a little bit longer. Oh, here's a clone of Nest from the Resident Evil 2 remake.
You literally just
enjoy.
Nest 2. It's literally just called Nest 2.
Yeah, it's called Nest 2. That's the insane part.
Big ups to the lack of even giving a fuck. Just pulled a 2
Thank you, M2. Very cool. I'm not upset at all. You know that fucking line from the very end of the original Resident Evil 3? Oh, you want stars? I'll give you stars. I just love that that's just put in the middle of the game during a chase sequence and the line can be interrupted.
Yeah.
I love that. It's wonderful. And then the line they replace it with is just not as good. It's just next time take a fucking hint.
Yeah,
honestly
I couldn't even remember the line.
Huh.
Yeah, just swap the two. Like during the chase, say, "Geez, can't you take a hint?" And then at the very end, "You want stars? I'll give you stars." Like
No.
they just got so much wrong with it.
As
How did we get on this topic?
I'm not sure, but as someone who doesn't care for Resident Evil that much, how do you guys think the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake will ruin everything? Because I really think it's gonna
Probably in new and strange ways we can't even
new
comprehend.
and interesting ways.
Cautiously optimistic. I want
have-
it to be good.
Like, for one thing, the thing that got me thinking about it was, like, yesterday I was just randomly, a thought popped into my head that, you know what? They're probably not going to have the thing in the beginning where, like, Snake jumps out of the plane and he's got, like, the Raiden mask on. Because that, like, doesn't make sense now, I guess, because there's not an MGS2 remake, so modern gamers aren't going to know who Raiden is, so they'll probably cut that out. And I was just
They probably will cut that. They might cut that out.
No. Modern gamers will know who Raiden is because Revengeance became like a big ass fucking meme recently.
Maybe. I don't know if Konami knows about memes. I don't. You know.
You know what?
Ironically,
Fair.
Revengeance. You'd think they would know about memes, Jack, but no. I don't know.
It's just Kojima. He hid the memes from the rest of Konami, and that's why they kicked him out.
Oh, that's a good reason, yeah. But like, yeah, little things like that, I imagine maybe that would stay in, but like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff, like little things that will probably be absent, and I don't know how much, I mean, I don't know, you play like Subsistence or whatever, and it's mostly pretty playable. I mean, it's a little bit clunky PS2 controls or whatever, but it's pretty fine.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Resident Evil 4. Like, you know, it's got a little bit of jank, but it's pretty much fine, you know.
Eventually, I'm going to play fucking Substance or whatever it's called.
That's the one that has, like, behind-the-back camera, you know.
Yeah, it's one of them. But, yeah, I kind of gave up on Metal Gear Solid 1 because I forgot how hard almost said Liquid Ocelot, but that's a 4. How hard fucking Psycho Mantis is.
Oh.
Yeah, I went into that fight with a single ration, and I'm getting my ass kicked.
Oh, dang. I don't remember that one being too hard. I remember having a lot of trouble with the Sniper Wolf stuff. Both the like landmine part where you sneak across the ice and then the actual fight with her. I don't think I got that far into the game, though. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it's the chairs. He will. Maybe this is a quirk with the PS version. No, the PC version.
Yeah.
I will get hit with one of the chairs. The other two will come at me and also hit me. Like I'll be knocked down and they'll fucking hit me.
It's no use.
Basically, yeah.
That's pretty fucking rough.
Yeah, it'll take my entire fucking health bar out before I can even eat a ration. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily. I haven't played a lot of Metal Gear in a long time. I try sometimes, and it's like, again, it's kind of clunky. I have trouble.
I'm probably gonna wait for that collection to release and wait for that to see if it's any good.
Oh, they're gonna fuck it up real hard.
I'm gonna do that for 3. I have 1 and 2 on PC, but 3 doesn't have a port.
I'm just waiting to see what horrible fucking bugs are in this, like, super easy win Metal Gear collection.
If
like,
it isn't
put it on there and make it all work, and it'll be fine. But somehow there'll be like texture problems or like, whatever.
Watch 2. No, not 2. Watch it just be a straight port of 1 and 2 for PC, and then 3 is just emulated PS2 version.
Oh god!
Just open up PCSX2.
Yeah, like it doesn't even hide it. It's just like
you can see
here's
the logo
PCSX2.
for it.
Figure it out, bitch.
Have you learned how to install ROM yet, motherfucker?
And then you complain to Konami, and they're like, "Bitch, we have the Yakuza on our side. We'll kill you."
You know what happens to people when they bitch at a pachinko parlor, motherfucker? Yeah, huh? That's what they're gonna do to you. Just start nagging you.
They walk out with about half of their teeth.
I wonder how many Japanese gaming companies are not in bed with the Yakuza, because definitely Sega and Konami, probably Nintendo.
I would honestly wager that Nintendo doesn't.
No, Nintendo's got the whole thing where Nintendo got the Yakuza to kill Gunpei Yokoi, supposedly.
Because of WonderSwan, yeah.
Didn't he die? Didn't he die of like
Virtual Boy.
liver failure or something like that?
No, he like got his car run off the road or something, I think.
Yeah, he left him to work at Bandai to make the WonderSwan, and then they killed him.
I thought it was because of the failure of the Virtual Boy. Okay.
It can be both.
Gunpei Yokoi death. Oh God, yes. They rear-ended a truck, and once they left to inspect the damage, Yokoi was just fucking hit by a car.
Huh.
Gen Tsushima, a member of the tourism industry.
Really makes you think.
Yeah, so Nintendo is almost definitely involved, allegedly.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, like, Capcom, potentially, I could maybe see it. I don't know. There's probably a few more.
Capcom has killed careers, not people.
I mean, there was that thing years ago that EA, like, shut off some guy's power and, like, killed his mom or something.
What the fuck?
Like, EA, I think they kept charging some dude and, like, he couldn't pay his bill. Some weird shit happened because EA was charging.
Oh, because it, like, had an auto-pay thing?
Yeah, and, like, his mom was on life support and died because the power got shut off and it was all EA's fault or something. I remember that was the story.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past them.
No.
I mean, they've killed all those studios.
God,
what's a mother? What's a mother to them? You know,
the size of one average human mother.
A single human life.
Now, do either of you remember when EA was awarded worst evilest company of the year or whatever?
Yeah, like they got 2 times in a row. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Denuvo.
Oh yeah, new worst company award.
Denuvo is totally not evil. Trust us, guys.
Denuvo is not evil, says Denuvo CEO.
We have found ourselves not
Denuvo CEO.
I haven't even like gone into the story because that specific aspect of it. Denuvo's trying their best to not be seen as evil. It's just so fucking hilarious.
Hey, here's a great way to not be seen as evil. Maybe don't do what you guys do, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I would never have applied the word evil to Denuvo before. Apparently they did. So, yeah, alright, I guess you're evil.
Well, apparently it fucks up hard drives and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, there's also the fact that, like, every fucking game that is forced to deal with Denuvo also has the wonderfully known issue of just lagging and stuttering like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's basically like a virus that you willingly allow onto your computer.
Yeah, because what it's doing is it's at a kernel level, it's checking, like, seeing what's interacting with the game, which, as a developer, I get why you want it, and I totally do, but there's better solutions. Like, I'll even take you putting easy anti-cheat in. It sucks, but it's better than fucking Denuvo.
Yeah. Or honestly, just Steam DRM.
Yeah. Well, look,
like, legit.
If somebody's going to torrent your game, they're just going to wait until the crack.
They're gonna get past Denuvo somehow.
I
it may take a week or something, but still.
To be fair, I don't think there is a crack available for multiple games that I've been wanting to pirate.
That's probably just because there's not much interest.
I mean, Sonic Frontiers is one of them.
I think Frontiers did get cracked.
Oh, maybe. I haven't seen it available on sites I use, but...
I mean, we're not talking about we're not obviously telling people to go.
We're not gonna do. Nobody would ever do that. I'm just suggesting. I'm just saying that I think it is somewhat effective. So.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I do want to say I just found out about this recently. Rest in peace, RBG.
Yep.
Who?
The website RARBG.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I never used that site, but I am familiar.
I allegedly might have used it to maybe possibly get a couple episodes of The Mandalorian, possibly, maybe.
I'll totally say this. I used it to download like 6 movies from a company I don't like. Fuck you, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers sucks.
I'm
just kidding. They didn't hear
by Warner Brothers.
This podcast brought to you by HBO Max.
Right. Kidding about the download.
We're just shitposting.
Still fuck Warner Brothers though.
Fuck Warner Brothers until they give me the rights to The Matrix.
Specifically you.
Yes.
No one else.
Oh, I would have made a totally better sequel than fucking Matrix Returns.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, wait, Matrix Returns or Matrix Resurrections?
Honestly, all the Matrix sequels.
Here's the thing. From what I've heard, the Wachowskis,
The Mike Wazowskis.
yeah, well, the one that returned for the Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah.
From what I hear, intentionally made it bad.
Kind of like
the other one.
Yeah.
The other one. I forget their names.
Lana
even before,
and,
even before their transitions, I just knew them as the Wachowskis.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a Lana,
Lily,
I think.
Lana and Lily. Yep, you're right.
I think it was Lana that returned.
I think.
Yeah. So I think from what I hear, I haven't really looked much into this, but from what I hear, Lily didn't return because she didn't want it to just be a fucking cash grab, and Lana was like, I'm gonna make this.
They're gonna do this.
I'm gonna make this so much. I'm gonna make this suck so much. I'm gonna waste so much of their money that they're never gonna want another Matrix movie.
I mean, hey, big ups. I respect it. Also, when are we gonna see to fucking Speed Racer? Fucking let me know. The movie. I like the movie. I'll defend
apparently
it.
The Speed apparently the Speed Racer movie is like a sleeper hit in terms of anime adaptations.
Yeah,
it's actually got like a lot of
color. It's such a good revisit. Trust me.
I guess there's not really too much that you can do wrong with Speed Racer. Oh, he wins the race.
Well, the thing with it is that it's very visually chaotic. It kind of looks like shit from what I've seen, but like a very interesting kind of shit.
It's a stylized use of CGI in a cartoony way.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just still never gonna get over that one cliff racer. I got fucking Elder Scrolls on the mind. The one Speed Racer clip that I saw where it was one of the sideline girls. She's all like, "Oh, you have to let this guy win because his sister has cancer," and Speed Racer Man says, "I don't care if she has cancer, huh?
Oh, I
have to win."
Yeah, it's from like the old anime.
Yeah.
Man, the old anime, they got away with so much absurd shit.
I don't think I know much about Speed Racer. My knowledge of old anime extends to like. Well, I saw Castle of Cagliostro in a theater a little while ago, and it was pretty good. I really liked it actually. And then other than that, I watched Mobile Suit Gundam, and that was about it.
A lot of the 90s stuff I've seen, anything before 90s, that's kind of like obscure for me. But yeah.
I think honestly, I never really had that much experience with anime that wasn't like, here's for kids. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! Here's some Pokemon,
Gotta love those donuts.
Stuff. Although, I watched Slayers Next. Not the original Slayers. Slayers Next. Way back then.
Holy shit.
Honestly, I really want to watch it again. I'm probably going to do it at some point.
Hey, give it a shot, man.
Yeah, I remember it being really good.
I
watched, we had a couple episodes of Evangelion on VHS.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure those are still at my grandma's house. So at one point, I might just go over there and just pick them up.
Oh man, I used to watch Inuyasha a lot from a lot of the Toonami block that would come on.
Yeah.
And
here in Canada, we had Inuyasha, Naruto, Zatch Bell.
Oh fuck, Zatch Bell! Holy shit, that's a throwback.
Yeah,
I was really into Naruto for a little while, but then I was like, I just kind of moved on to different things.
I got really into the idea of Naruto, but I didn't, for some reason, I just didn't care about watching the actual show after like 4 episodes or something.
For me, I just wasn't able to watch much of the show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like what anime I really got into watching first. I think when Detective Conan or Case Closed came over here, I got real big into that. Like I had
Case Closed still going?
It is. Well, the Japanese only version, which is Detective Conan, that's still going. Like they're still doing manga.
Supposedly the story is only just recently started happening. It's been like episode of the week for 20 years, and now it's like just recently it's got a story.
You'd think by now that fucking case would have been closed.
You think?
Good fucking lord.
That little detective motherfucker is not good at his job. Okay.
They just have We just add a laugh track after Tristan says that, and like, thank you everybody, good night, thanks for listening.
we've been going for longer than we allotted, so we could wrap it there.
For my account, we're at like an hour 45.
I think, Claw, you said you want to go around 5?
Yeah, I should probably start heading out.
Really quick, I'll tell you how many episodes of Detective Conan there are. Not including the films, because...
It's over 1,000, right?
I believe so. There are currently 26 feature films.
Christ.
Case closed. There are... Oh, good lord, this entire fucking page is just...
I can tell you the episode count as of currently.
1,089.
Yep.
And there are 103 volumes, which is ridiculous.
Dude, the fucking anime is older than I am. It's literally...
older than One Piece.
Oh, JoJo has 131 volumes. Huh.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just impressed. Like, literally every fucking... Like, almost every episode has aired since 2 weeks before I was born. That's fucking wild.
One Piece TV series, 1,068 episodes versus 1,000. Case closed wins, baby.
Really?
Hell yeah!
Fuck you, One Piece.
Well, One Piece
it wins by like 20 episodes.
I guess
so it's not really that much.
They're still going, yeah. Well,
yeah. Also,
I don't know what
going
Case Close's. I don't know what Case Closed's deal is with filler, because One Piece is notorious for like not even just having filler arcs or whatever, but just injecting filler into meaningful episodes.
It started 3 years earlier too.
Okay.
Shit.
Since '96. How long before you said you were born, Bane?
I was born in January '96. So
it's like 2 or 3 months. Not 2 or 3 months. What the fuck? Almost 4 months before I was born. So it's been going a good minute.
Yeah. So One Piece reached 100 volumes about a month before Detective Conan.
And of course, in terms of American anime, Friends started just a couple months before I was born. So,
oh shit!
You know, that's pretty huge.
The best American anime, Friends.
The power of friendship.
One Piece has 106 volumes.
It's a romance harem anime and comedy. A slice of life.
It really was.
They need to make an anime version of Friends and just that would be perfect.
An anime character screaming, "We were on a break!"
Tivatu this!
We gotta see that. Oh man, I'm looking here also. They have the English names for all the characters, because they Englishnized every character's name when they brought it to the West originally. So one of the characters whose name is Shinichi Kudo became Jimmy Kudo.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Like, of all names, you couldn't have picked, like, Shane or
You got a little bit
different?
Mr. Beastified, I guess.
Yeah, you got Jimmy'd.
Apparently, I just looked this up. The longest running manga series is Golgo 13, something that I have literally never fucking heard of.
I've heard the name.
It has 208 volumes.
Huh.
And we have Dokaben, Kochira Katsushika Ku Kameari, Koen. What the fuck is this? Kochikame Tokyo Beat
Tristan
Cops.
has been taken in by the moon runes. So
It really has. I respect it.
JoJo is at number 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who they got as the new English cast for the dub, because apparently we got a new English dub for Detective
Captain
Conan.
Tsubasa is at 19. One Piece is at 22. Case Closed is at 24.
This cast is okay.
I love that the symbol on Wikipedia for anime and manga is just this anime eye. It's just a single anime eye. Let me paste this thing. It's just that.
Just an eye.
Bane, do you want to work on the thumbnail for this?
Yeah, I'll do some work on that.
I don't really have any good ideas. So you got to put that eye in there, and then you also have to put Gex in there.
Oh,
do we want to mention why Gex is in there?
Gex.
Do we want to mention why Gex is in there? Do we want to have it just like
Gex thing earlier?
That's the thing.
That
it would
was
be funny
off
to
the
just
recording. I think let's not even. Don't even.
Yeah, it would be funny
in.
to just not acknowledge it.
Yeah, it's just fuck you you for asking. Gex is here.
Last time I had this much fun, I was reading all fucking 200 volumes of Captain Tsubasa.
Is that your Gex impression?
I don't know. I've played Gex. It kind of escaped my mind afterwards.
Gex is all right.
Yeah, Gex can be fun.
I had fun.
Is it a remake? Okay, I guess we're talking about it. Is it a remake or is it?
I think it's all the first three.
I think it's just a port or a remaster. I guess.
Let me take a look here.
I think it said it was like in a new engine or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be within MVG's. Do you know who Modern Vintage Gamer is? The YouTuber.
Yeah.
He built an engine a few years ago called like the Chrome engine, I think, or something. What's the name? What's the name of it? Carbon engine. That's what it is. And he's one of the co-leads on building the engine. It's designed basically to try to port things to newer platforms. That's older.
So he's responsible for
Modern Vintage
Clock
Gamer.
Tower and Jurassic Park games collection and Gex
and River City Girls 0 and Shantae.
I guess if we're shouting out Patrician TV, we gotta fucking shout out Modern Vintage Gamer.
Shout out MVG. The dude makes. Tell you what, we might have shout out.
He ported Outrun to the Switch like 3 months after it was cracked.
He ported Quake. He did that new port of Quake we were literally just talking about a little bit ago.
Was that him too?
He was a part of that team, yeah.
Mental.
These fucking thumbnails just have Mr. Beast all over
them. Dude, Mr. Beast is even on my cell phone, I see Mr. Beast everywhere now. It's fucking nightmarish.
I'm very happy that Mr. Beast. I'm happy that Mr. Beast took over as the voice of Gex, and Tombo and Clock Tower Girl.
Yeah, he's actually taken over Modern Vintage Gamer's entire channel.
Yeah.
Oh, and his entire identity. He actually is now married to his wife.
Yeah, he even looks like him now. It's
What's
crazy.
up, guys? I'm married to Modern Vintage Gamer's wife.
What's up, guys? I'm Modern Vintage Gamer here.
I'm gonna give this gaming company $1 million if they port my favorite game, or if they let me port my favorite game to every console imaginable. We've been going on for a bit too long.
We'll go for a little bit.
The last 10 minutes have just been tangent.
Mr. Beast posting.
He's become moderate, he's become a little unhinged, but I love it. We're doing good.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
I didn't even get to talk about Graham Linehan and David Tennant.
Oh yeah. We might have to save it for the next one.
Yeah, save that for the next one. I want to hear about that.
Yeah, I'll save it for the next time. Maybe David Tennant will sue.
What we'll have to do is sooner than, because we've been doing this sometimes bi-weekly. We've been a little scattered with it. We might have to do one Saturday and talk about
this.
Maybe not Saturday, but I can do Sunday.
Hey,
Sunday
I'm free for Sunday. All right, boys. Yeah. Well, with that, folks, the Patreon should be live by the time you're listening to this, because I'm gonna try to get it finished by tonight. We won't have any content on there, but you can support us. There will be content on there soon.
We're going to be doing side bonus episodes.
We'll be like real YouTubers.
The bonus episodes sometimes will come out public for non-patrons, but sometimes they won't.
Maybe we can make it like a 1 month sort of time. Like every single one comes out like for patrons, and then maybe like every so often, like 1 month down the line, we'll release one.
I think so.
Yeah,
something like that.
We could put out the first bonus episode as like a public thing.
Yeah, a little teaser.
Wet people's whistle.
There's also for Spotify listeners, there is like a subscription thing on there. I'm gonna recommend don't do that. I know I have it set up. I'm gonna recommend don't do that. Just because I need to set that up properly before I do that. So just go to Patreon.com.
Yeah, do the Patreon. Well, do you know what the URL is going to be?
Patreon.com. Tell you what, this will be a lot easier. Just go to loudfunny.com. The link will be there.
Hey, plug on the website again.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing about a website. Actually, I can just make it link to anywhere.
Real quick, I'm gonna do a website review here at the end of this.
It is not updated
look
much.
Like shit.
I need to get
yeah,
you guys.
It still looks like shit.
I need to get you guys logins. Honestly, that's the thing I need to do.
Yeah,
That's what I've been meaning to do.
I could put Garfield's on it or something.
Yeah.
Well, it looks fine. I mean, it looks a little bit shitty, but it's functional.
But it links back to everything. It's got an individual episode page. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, this is all right. Yeah, go to loudequalsfunny.com, everyone. If you can figure out how to spell the word equals, you fucking simpleton.
Hey, if you
fuck
if you haven't fucked it up every time you've done it like I have, or type it out, you're like, hang on, wait. And you look it up to make sure it doesn't redline. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I just have it in my fucking history, so I just put LOU and boom, there it is.
I've got it actually bookmarked on my home of my phone.
Hell yeah.
That links to the page to edit it, but yeah.
Well, we are just under 2 hours now by my count. So I guess thank you everybody for sticking around.
Thank you for listening. Also, Assassin's Creed, fuck you.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
They're doing a remake.
4 in a row.
They're doing
4 in a row.
They're
They've
remaking it.
They've announced an Assassin's Creed with a strong female character, which of course is just going to mean a lady who punches people, because that's what it means to be a strong woman. Go fuck yourself.
I just wanted.
I'm excited to play the VR game.
Assassin's Creed 4 episodes in a row. I think that's funny. Keep it tally.
I actually had something to bring up about Assassin's Creed, so there you go.
Hell
we need another thing for the next episode, though.
Oh yeah.
One of you needs to watch the Assassin's Creed movie and report back.
Oh God.
I've already seen that movie. I can report back to you right now, really fast.
I'm playing Rogue right now.
It's fucking bad.
It sucks.
I could start up a rant about how the new Assassin's Creed games after 3 suck with the parkour.
Yeah.
We can do that next episode.
You can add that to the fixations.
And we might honestly have to all purchase Assassin's Creed Unity and do that as our first live game.
Here's the thing. I'm scared to run that shit on my PC.
That's
because
fair.
I've heard that it actually bricks people's machines.
Well, it used to. It has improved.
No, that's the thing. I've heard even still.
Ooh.
Like as recently as a couple years ago. Yeah, thanks Ubisoft. So that's 4 episodes in a row we've mentioned Assassin's Creed.
Hell yeah. Anyways, with that, folks,
everybody.
Take it easy.
Penis.
Penis.
Y'all. Penis.
All right.
All right, let me end my record.
Okay, there we go.